Right, hello everyone. Just getting my stream started. Um, do with Hilly for Monday night, we're with um, GRL, and we are here for Division One. Now it's a bit different tonight, so I'm actually joining somebody else's stream. So I'm going to be um, co-coms with Dara NC18 on Division One tonight, rather than doing comms on Division Four. So what's going to happen is Darryl will invite me in it just shortly, and I'll join his party, and we'll stream. There is a stream going on from his side, but I'll stream my POV as well to my own channel. So that's basically what's happening. So if you are making comments through the stream to me, I apologise if it sounds like I'm ignoring you. It's just obviously a bit awkward because I'm actually being hosted by somebody else. So obviously it's just a bit awkward in that sense. Um, but yeah, I say I'm not ignoring you. I just can't sort of respond to them. Joining the other party now. Hey Dara, hi, all good man, and you? Lots of going on, isn't there? You're really quiet, by the way. Just FYI. Oh, hang on. No, you're not. I've got no. It's all right. My headset was turned down. I must have done it accidentally. Sorry. So just FYI, I don't know if you've gone live yet, but I am live on my channel at the moment, so we are actually live. So just FYI. But no, I'm on Xbox. So should do, yeah. Oh, actually, sorry. Yes, there is. Oh, what am I talking about? Oh, I don't know actually because I've joined yours. Um, just a second. I've got to include it on my side, and then yeah, yeah, that's fine. Or Craig, either or. I don't mind. Yeah. Why is it their gamer tag if they hate it? It's what happens when you run a large league or co-run a large league. I, I'm like admin or co-runner in like four other leagues, by the way. So just so you know, I do a lot, but I think all of them put together don't come to the size of GRL. So they're all small ones. Here we go. First one coming out. Red Bull. First one coming out. Red Bull. Yep, already. All good, thank you very much, Dara. And yourself, buddy? Yeah, certainly. So he's just coming over the line now. DRS will be open down into turn 1. It's usually down to either third or fourth, usually for turn 1. Open up the steering, get on the power as quick as you can, taking it all the way up the hill into Eau Rouge. Quick left, right, left of Eau Rouge. Very easy to lose it through there, but nicely done for Torpern there. Open up DRS once more. It's where you reach the highest speed of the lap. As you can see, 211, 212 here for Torpern. Heavy braking, quite a late turn in. Down to 5th for Torpern. He's just lost it slightly on the exit. And on through the rights and then into this long, sort of, it seems to go on forever, this right-hander. Again, get on the power, then this fast left-hander, all about getting the exit speed again. Come down now to Pouat, where you go through in 7th for Torpern. I think you'll see some people use the 6th, some people 7th through there. Depends what setup, really. And then head down to a quick right-left now. Don't touch the inside curb, really. Avoid on the first part. Avoid that because it will spin you around. Then into the 2 right-handers, the second of which has become one of the worst or easiest parts of the track to lose it. So be very careful not to spin that round into the barrier on the inside. Then no DRS here, but we're up to a long straight. Still a very good overtaking opportunity with the slipstream and then into the flat out left and up to what used to be the bus stop chicane. Just called the chicane now. Very imaginative. And out the final corner then. And DRS open over the line. That's a 143.2 for Torpern, a pretty decent opening lap of the session. You got Bourbon is just coming out of the chicane now, and he crossed the line 40.30, so he goes P2. Very tight at the top there. Yeah, I mean, yeah, definitely an impressive start to the session from Blades. I'm trying to think. It's so long since I did Spa, I can't actually remember really what to expect in terms of pole around here. But 42 seems to sound pretty good to me. Um, yeah. Yeah, he was on pit entry, I think, wasn't he? And I don't know what's happened to it. I did notice that he had to join after having been disconnected. So whether it's a disconnect issue and he's ended up in a wall because of it, or it is quite a narrow entry into the actual pit lane here, isn't it? So I just turned in a little bit early. I saw someone at China a few weeks back when I was doing comms on, and the guy lost his wheel when he hit the wall at 4 kilometers per hour. So, and then still someone else like a little bit later on absolutely smacked the wall head on, like 80, 90, 100 miles an hour, whatever it was, and absolutely fully intact, no damage whatsoever. Gotta love it. Yeah. Yeah. That's. No. And I don't think you get like punctures over debris or anything like that either on that side. Yeah. Yeah, it's so hard to drive. It's yeah, impossible. Rear wing damage on this game is basically race over because you just can't do anything. Even if it's light, you still can't really, compete with the other drivers. So it's yeah. I think side pod you can get away with a little bit, but that's about it really. So got a ghost. Yeah, decent lap for it is. Yeah. Yeah, I can only assume Blades has come straight off a time trial into quali and just banged the lap in, because that does seem pretty impressive. Um, Downers. Yeah, I think he's going to come over the line to P2, I think. Oh no, he's actually done it. Yeah, just 8. Yeah, so he's beaten by, what, 28 thousandths, so mighty close. But, don't matter how much it's by. Yeah, this is, Atoms. I think a blink of eye is about 4 attempts in it. I think. I don't know. I'm probably making that up. I don't know. I'm quite. See, compared to you, I'm quite old, so I have picked up a lot of absolutely completely useless information over the years, and I think that's one of them. Yeah, I do something like that, but yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? Nice. Yeah. Oh wow. Okay. Yeah, that's good from him then. See, now, I did when I was asked about joining the league. I told a couple of people, and they said, "Oh, who asked you?" And I told them it was Beeford. Oh no, it's Atom. What am I talking about? I was somewhat in a way, but a mate of mine who's also really fast knew Beeford basically, and said he's a quality driver. So, and Atom. So, yeah. He has. That's another one in the 43 zeros as well. It's getting a bit tight in there. I mean, that's within a blink of an eye. I think we've got 7 cars. I think all within a blink of an eye of each other. So, oh, that's mad. 4 attempts split in the field. I know it's a really short lap, but still, um, that's incredible. Delta's just coming over the line. Looks good. He's gone fastest. 42.4. Wow. He has. I was watching that, and it didn't actually seem that fast. But it's one of those. Didn't look that fast, but it was. And so this is fast. It is his fastest. Same time. So, well, he's going to think he's provisional pole because it's come up fastest lap. But no, he's P2 because obviously Delta did it first. No. Bourbon has made a mistake on his second run, so he's not got a second run on the board. I think he's invalidated. Yeah. So that's, yeah, I mean, this will be Part 6 final run, so he's effectively the first of them.
I mean, that's just silly. The longest, I mean, it's the longest track on the calendar, yet Delta and Gravity are still split by absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
I think the game does it alphabetically. Well, they might have changed it, but game used to split match timed alphabetically.
They did, yeah. I'm 99% sure now they do it correctly now, and it's the first driver that sets it is ahead, sort of thing.
Is ahead, yeah, exactly. So that works for now. I don't know if it'll have to come to use again, but it's insanely close between these guys. 44.492, 44.92. And we're about to see a flurry of action come out of the pit lane, and Partick will not enjoy seeing too many cars in front of him on his lap, but I think there'll only be the 4. Yeah, there were, or maybe his team might come out ahead, but he won't mind
it's going to be close to his teammate, but well, that might be. I don't know if they've deliberately done that to give him a tow or not, but
yeah,
if it is, it's great. Great teamwork.
Not slowed down too much. Let's see. Yeah, he's giving him a toe.
Yes, he's going to give him a toe all the way up the straight. So I bet they did say this in Spa a couple of years ago, just how much that's worth to a driver, and it's something ridiculous, like 2/10 or something like that, the toe along that straight. So, oh, but he's invalidated.
Yeah, except for the exit of Lacombe. He's invalidating the exit. It's not ideal. Now, everyone's out on their outlets now. Everyone will get round except those in the pit lane, which are Clever, Jurazi, and Delta. So the top two are done in this session. They are finished. We'll just have to wait for everybody else to come around. The first man will be Gibson, and then we'll see the flurry. Do you want to do a lap with Gibson before it all goes crazy?
Can do. Yeah, certainly. On board with him. Here he comes in out the final corner. So it's line. It's trying to get on the power a little bit there. It's he's open DRS anyway. Heads into turn one. Down to third for turn one. Short shifts up to fourth. Opens up the steering. Not too bad. I think he might have lost a bit of time through turn one. Then we head up to Eau Rouge. Had to turn in a bit early and had to correct, but he's okay. Looked pretty good. Didn't hear any lift. Opens up the DRS. Got to the end of sector one. Just looking at this timing board. Yeah, he's gone. Well, he's gone purple. Just over half a tenth up. It's pretty nice through the following corners, which are always a bit tricky, but he invalidates. Out to the right-hander, so that's going to go a nap lap from Gibson. Then he's up, and you can usually trust the purple there, so I think he probably was fastest there.
Mate, that first sector is so tight, isn't it? There's only the one corner really in that first sector, so you don't often get much differential, but somehow Ray the second in that first sector, and he's only just over 1.3 tenths off of the fastest time, or fastest times so far. There's two, but it's the same. And they will stay on the same path at the end of the session because neither of them will improve. We'll just have to wait and watch for the end of the session. Race will be the first driver. What's the middle sector split say? And he's 1.7 tenths up. Yeah, this is going to be fastest if he can keep it together in this final sector.
Yeah.
He doesn't need improvement. Is that Bourbon going around? No, it's Dan. Dan going around at the end of the second sector.
Exactly as you said, he doesn't need an improvement here, he just needs to match his PB. We go through the
Let's see.
chicane.
What's the time going to be?
Good enough, yeah,
fastest.
4.23.
But there are challenges, and they are on their way. The first one will be Torpen, but he's invalidated the time, and it would have been 42.64, which would have put him up to P5 there. So he's going to be really annoyed that he's missed out on that.
Didn't see how much by, but Otto is improving. Over the line, 42.7, only 4,500s, P6 for him.
Was that jumping up? I think it was Jack going P13, and Blade goes P2. Oh, it's Bourne makes a mistake. I think he invalidated out of the final corner either way. His teammate Dan's gone very deep, but I know he made a big mistake on the lap. Where can Deford go? He's currently ninth, of course. He's the defending champion. It won't count if he loses his title here, but he stays in P9. Can't make any improvement on the time. Connie Ghost jumped up to P10. We've got Ham coming on the line. Can Ham go anywhere? No, he can't improve massively on the position. Snipe.
Jam isn't
P11.
improving. Atom's not improving. And
now it's another Tadpole.
Tadpole is invalidated, so that's it.
Yeah. Yes, so that's that then. Ray snuck pole position, and he's not by much. 300ths of a second, to Blades in P2. That's the front row, but Delta and Transy, third and fourth. Second row, same lap time. But I mean, if you take out the top four, the next, 8 are split by 0.3 of a second.
Yeah.
It's such a tight field.
It's ridiculous. And then again, if you do the same again, it's like the next 5 are split by 0.3. It's just, it's insanely close.
Yeah.
Partick didn't get a time on the board, by the way, at all. So, 2:29, but not a competitive time, nor did Clever. So we'll start from the back.
They will. I mean, I enjoy Partic's 2:29.4. Not too sure that that'll be 107. But
Yeah, might not quite make
I
that,
don't.
but
It won't really matter. It,
mind you, he did have
it
the
won't
fastest
really
first sector, I
matter.
think, with that toe. So you know, you might get it on that. You might get in on that. So I was fastest in the first sector. Be allowed in.
But here are the results of qualifying. It's arranged on pole by only 37 thousandths. Then Delta and Drazi just under 7th back between them. Bourbon in 5th, the championship leader down there in 5th, with Otto in 6th. And then it's Ham and Jam, 7th and 8th, in on an interesting 4th row. B Ford Ghost 9th and 10th. Snipes, Afton, Torp and Jackster 11th, 12th, 13th, and 14th. Tadpole, Jacob Brown, Gibson, Dan, Particle Club round off the grid. But it's a tight one, as it is every week here, and I'm looking forward to this race heavily.
Definitely. So close
Yeah,
as well, and yet you still manage to end up with Ham and Jam next to each other. How's that? That's perfect. Ham
and
and
they were only
Jam.
what 500th between them.
Yeah, yeah, after 10th, yeah. Spot on. Ham
Dear
and
me,
Jam.
it's madness.
Yeah.
Very, 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 very,
What
very
about
close.
the constructors then? So obviously Mercedes P1 and P3 there. Are they? How are they doing?
Have a look. Constructor standings.
Yeah, so they're in fourth at the moment. Fifth. Well, God, it's
Yeah,
really close actually in constructors. They're only 15 points off of McLaren, who are leading.
I mean Red
Um,
Bull are in 6th. Well, actually no, Williams are in 8th, and they're only 27 points off McLaren. So there's really not that much in it
no,
between them. Ferrari is having a bit of a poor season.
a disaster first half, but on the other hand, it'd only take two races, wouldn't it? Really, if they had two awesome races, they'd fly up. But
It's funny though because Ferrari generally have the good starts to the season and then just fall away.
yeah, they've got it's this Ferrari strategy stuff that's happening, isn't it? It's just insane at the moment. Um, it seems, I don't know, since they've been doing it in real life, it's like drivers that drive for him on the game seem to be doing it as well. So I don't know, it's just affecting anybody Ferrari, basically. So yeah,
We've got 22 laps ahead of us. I mean, it's the longest. It's the longest lap, but of course, with it being such a high-speed circuit, it's just we'll reach those 150 kilometers relatively quickly compared to tracks like Monaco or what the other? Oh, Baku. I mean, Baku's a slow one.
yeah,
Um, what the other slow? I mean, Singapore's obviously. I mean, Singapore. I mean, I've done a 100% Singapore commentary before. I mean, I think I aged about 17 years in that
yeah.
time.
I've done one as well, and I've raced one as well. But it was full wet, and we didn't make it the whole amount of laps. We had to stop after 2 hours, so that was fun.
Did the game time it out?
It did, yeah. After 2 hours, it stops. It just stops.
Oh,
That's
I
it.
did.
Flag comes out, and next time you cross the line, that's it. So
Oh, well, was that on this game?
yeah, yeah. It's the
Yeah,
first
okay. I
time
was
I
going to
was at
say because
Singapore on this game, and it's yeah, full wets all the way through. It's
I remember F1 2020 because a league I do with friends. We do the Indy. Well, we do like the Indy two. Well, we like the Indy 350 on Forza. We do the Le Mans, the 24 laps of Le Mans on Forza, and then we do a 100% Monaco race. So even if the season is 50%, we do Monaco as 100%. And on 2020, we had a full wet race, and it took us, and I wish I was lying, 2 hours 9 minutes.
oh, good god.
Yeah, it didn't stop us at the 2 hour mark, so we just kept going,
Ah, right.
and it
So
was absolutely horrific. My hands have never been in so much pain.
no,
Um,
Monaco does that as well. It's are you? Do you
Fair though,
use the
great,
steering
I
wheel
loved
or
it. No, pad,
no? See,
no,
yeah,
I
I'm a pad
that's
player as well, and my hands are killing after a 100% race. But Monaco is just mad, absolutely mad. I just yeah, barely move my hands after that one. If you're gonna crash at Monaco, do it in like the first sort of 25% of the race, because there's nothing worse than getting to like 3/4 of the way through and crashing at Monaco. It's like 60 laps completed, and then you finally find a wall.
yeah. I mean, you just get into a rhythm,
Yeah,
especially in the wet. I mean,
I
I
think it's
was.
the only track where you do. I don't think there's any other tracks where you really find a rhythm like you do at Monaco.
Yeah, exactly. I've done one Monaco commentary before because no one ever races it. But anyway, I've done about 50 million Spa commentaries, the 50 million and first as we go to 5 red lights for the 22 lap, the fourth round of season 3.5 in GRL and the lights of God. And we are away. Good enough start from Rage to control the lead down into turn one at the source. He's got the outside inside line. Delta to the inside Rage. Oh, he spun it. He spun it all on his own. And Ray has, for lack of a better way of putting it, once again, absolutely bottled it. He has spun out of turn one, and it's given Blaze lead. They all go wide through the top of Radion, but as they come down the straight, it's going to be side by side between Delta and Drazin. Let's hope they don't crash.
Well, I have to say I'm very impressed. Apart from that one spin down just to say down the field, it's been incredible. Sorpan manages to hit someone, but no real damage done. They just continue on. Orders Haas round. That is Partick. And the right-hander is recovering it okay, and Doug can't see any signs of damage, so I think he's okay.
Now this is interesting. It's interesting to note actually. Only Jam and Ham have gone for the hards. It's gone for the mediums. Now, do I sniff rain strategy in there? So I do, because rain is falling. I can see it on the halo. Rain is falling on that one already.
Well, if that's the case, then
that's where it's a spanner in the works.
The guys that started on hards have really misread that. If that's the case, I must admit I can't see it on my screen, but
if you go on board, can you not see it?
I can't. No, I can't see any drops or anything.
On the halo, can you not see it?
No. Oh, who's that? That's Tadpole. His round just before the pit entry. Oh, round again.
I mean, I might be having some kind of schizophrenic moment if I swear that it's raining.
Right, so Tadpole spun twice in front of the pit entry to the extent where he thought, actually, you know what, I'm just going to pit. So in he comes. Delta's having a go at Drazzy. Or was it the other way round? Not sure. Drazzy's
People's having a go at Golden Ghosts. And he's got through. Oh, it's side by side for Ham and Otto. People trying to make moves in his early laps is really more difficult when the rain starts falling. But then again, maybe it'll be easier in the corners. Otto getting a bit of a run on. And he is on those hard tyres. But he won't have the grip. Especially if it starts getting slippy soon.
Yeah, right, now I can see the rain. This is probably different than telly. My telly's rubbish, so I probably just couldn't see it before.
Fair enough.
So, but Otto, yeah, very, very close to Hamilton. Started enough at the start of a race on hards, without it starting to rain really quickly as well. So, I mean, if they're expecting to rain this quick, why have they started on hards? It doesn't make sense. Nobody's gone on softs, so are they not actually expecting it to rain hard enough to switch to inters at any point, really?
I mean, B Ford looks racy. I mean, he's looking like he wants to get past Otto. I mean, like I said, he started ninth. We know how good he is in the races, and he is moving forward with ease. Rage getting past Dan. He's working his way back, of course, after starting on pole and spinning. B Ford nearly rear-ending Otto egregiously there, but Blech really has put his foot down, hasn't he? He's 2.2 seconds in the lead.
Just to mention, by the way, Tadpole, when he came into the pit, switched to inters. Down at the back, he's 26.5 seconds off, which is way more than a pit stop around here.
Yeah, and they're not working.
And he's putting inters on. It's way too early. I don't know why he's
shipping time. I mean, Tadpole has lost 2 tenths down a straight. Meanwhile, Otto's getting past Ham, DRS, and B Ford might try and follow him. Drazzy is slipping down the order. I don't know why. He might be overtaking with the DRS as well, but he's fighting with Bourbon up in front. These guys 2, maybe 3 wide. No, single file now, but Bourbon's got a bit of a run. He might be trying to take P3 off of the Belgian in home Grand Prix as they come into the Brussels corner. Can Drazzy hang it around the outside, or will the inside line be beneficial for the McLaren driver? It's the McLaren driver that comes out on top, and he takes P3, but all that squabbling means But Blades now has a 2.7-second advantage,
Yeah.
as it also allowed Otto to close up and Beeford to close up, as they've got past Ham down that straight. And we wait for the DRS to get another lap, because I think it's going to keep changing and changing as we progress, until they all come into the intermediates.
Yeah, I'm just keeping an eye on the gaps to the guys that have pitted to mediums, and they're losing
Ooh.
quite a significant amount of time at the moment. Codded has spun it.
He has.
Resumes in P15 with Jacob Brown right on the back of him. Somebody else has spun it as
Now
well.
Torpin's had a moment.
That's that second right-hander I mentioned. It's become an absolute nightmare corner on this game. It's never been as bad as it is this
It
year.
really has.
I never thought there'd be a corner at Spa that sees more spins than Eau Rouge, but I think it might have done this year, to be fair. I think it's largely calls, but most drivers on F122 do tend to race with a really high front wing in comparison to the rear. And I think that's the reason for the spin around there. If you run a lower front wing to rear, it's really almost impossible to spin. It's raining a bit harder, I think, by the way.
Yeah, I think it is.
I don't
But the
think
track is nowhere near wet enough.
No.
I have seen an entire race at Spa before, where it is raining, basically slippy, but it's not wet enough. It enters the entire race long.
Yeah. I think it's getting close, you know. Gibson's not really... He's still only 12.7 behind. He's not really lost anything for the last about half a lap, so 3/4 of a lap. So, Hollid gets past Clever. Clever. Oh, I think Clever's left us. I think he's ghosted.
Yeah, that was why it was easy to get past.
Oh!
But yeah,
Hollid spins it. Who won't?
I'm going to watch gap to lead between Blades and Gibson, because I think that'll be a more representative, more accurate than between him and the lack of, effect. It's for the back markers in this race, which are not often back markers.
Yeah.
In
Well, it's
GRL.
wet enough, you know. Gibson's... Oh no, it's got a ghost, isn't it? He's No, sorry,
Blades
Gibson
is
is still
pitting.
losing a bit of
Blades
time. I
pitting,
forgot.
well,
They're in, yeah. I thought it had to be close.
Orban is staying
Something's
out
gone on.
here.
Bourbon, yeah.
Well, this is interesting. Now, a lot of people have come in. Snipes and Tran have stayed out. I'm going to watch gap to leader from Blades. Because, of course, he will come out around Partick, actually.
Yeah, Partick
Just
just
behind
nipped through.
Partick. Now, DRS is still enabled, isn't it? So he'll be able to pick up that DRS towards Lecombe.
Yeah.
No, it's disabled. DRS is disabled here.
It's disabled, is it? I must admit, I didn't notice it come up.
Neither. But the gap between him and Bourbon is 14.9 seconds. We'll have to see what changes there. And it's coming down. And it's definitely coming down. Bourbon. Oh, Partick. Oh, it may not matter. Partick has lost his front wing completely.
Oh,
And that's going to impact. Oh, no, thankfully for Delta, he goes.
ghosted. Just in time.
He's going to have to be careful here. Rage, time penalty for warning. I mean, he's on the wrong tyre and he's got no front wing. That car's going to be absolute. But he just needs to dive out of the way, realistically. But he's going to drift wide through Pooh on anyway. That'll let Partick through. It'll let B4 through. Otto will be next. But yeah, that gap has already come down 13.1, 30.0.
Yeah.
It's not working out for Bourbon to stay out here.
No, it's not. He's lost an absolute mass of time. Blades is going to be so far ahead of him by the time he's out of pits. Which he's just coming up to now. He's on pit entry now. So when he comes, Snipes as well. Well, I'm just looking down the order. I think Bourbon will come out. Well, I think it's going to be pretty close to Atom, you know.
Yeah, which is a lot of positions there shipped if that's the case. Partick thankfully does indeed come in. will get the gap off of the leader. A sniper stayed out again as well.
Yeah, so Bournemouth's just exiting, so he is ahead of Otto. He's gonna, yeah, he's between Beeford and Otto, so he has lost quite a bit. Snipes has stayed out. I mean, that's, yeah, it's one thing being 1 lap too late with coming in, but I mean, that was so obvious that it's too wet, and he stayed out. I don't know why Snipes has done that.
I've had this discussion with Beeford on a stream before. I don't know if you remember. There's clips of it. Me and Jim were sitting here shouting at Beeford to use some of his ERS, because as much as I preach ERS management, every commentary I do, when you're gaining on the car in front of you and you've got a battery still of 90% down a straight, just go for it. Give it a go.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, we've lost someone. We've lost Rage.
Oh no, it's Rage. We've lost Rage. Our pole sitter. We've got a virtual safety car. I hope it stays a virtual. Only because I.
No.
Oh, it's full.
There's the full safety car now.
Yeah. Oh well.
Well, that's going to help Snipes.
Yeah.
It's still not ideal, but it's going to help him.
Yeah, it's going to help him out quite a bit here.
So, yeah, just having a look down. Well, do you know what? He may actually get out ahead of Bourbon. With Bourbon being under Delta. In which case, actually, what a shout. What were we talking about? What a shout from Snipes to stay out.
Yeah. In hindsight, I don't think it was the right idea, but he's lucked out. He must have stayed out hoping for a safety car, and he's got it.
Yeah. In comes then. Yeah, with the Delta for the others, he should come out. I think somewhere around Bourbon is, you know, roughly. He's going to want to get on the power, actually, Snipes on exit, because he is going to be. So yeah, Bourbon does go through, but he is going to be right in a mix of things here.
He's going to get the positions on the. He just loses that to Otto,
yeah.
But he is in P7 actually. That is a nice gain for him.
It is.
Of course, let's have a look at the position change while we're here. Yeah, he started in 11th. B4 benefited a lot because he is up to 4th on track.
Yep. So
after starting 9th, and it just shows, you know, he's worked his way through the field very well indeed. It's coming true again here today.
Yeah. And Jackstar as well. Or it's Jackstar or what, I don't know. But he's up 6 places. Biggest gainer so far is Dan J, up 7. But he has a penalty as well. So, well, you mentioned before that it's the longest lap of the season spot. Which, unfortunately, for a safety car means it can take forever and an age, unfortunately, before the safety car comes in. It's especially with the Clavers down in turn 1. Good news is it does appear to be with us now, though. He's not ghosting. He's gone to hard tyres. So does that tell us that that they were actually expecting it to go dry to wet to dry again? Because Clover's put hard tyres on at the back.
Don't know.
Maybe that's the indication. Being at the back thinks it might be the only way of making up some places today, but way too wet at the moment, of course.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, Zedgar can't come in this lap, mainly because Clever is so far off the back.
Yeah, it's going to make the safety car do the full amount of laps. It's 3 full laps, isn't it? Does it does the one that you pick it up on, and it can do 3 more after that, I think.
Yeah, it can. Yeah, it's because Clever's not catching. I don't know if he'll catch this lap. We might have to go 2 more, which will be annoying, but might have to be necessary.
Well, I mean, if it's due to dry up again, to be fair, Claver doesn't particularly want to catch the safety car. If that's what the strategy is. he's taking a gamble on. He doesn't want to force it to come in while it's still wet, so he wants to actually make it do as many laps as possible. Soon find out if he goes back into the pits again.
Yeah, I think he will. I don't know why he's on that tyre.
He could barely stop for the chicane then. It's he stayed out. Oh, I don't know.
Right then. Yeah. God knows what he's doing. Slipping and sliding his way to the back of the field at an incredibly slow pace.
Yeah. Credit to him, he didn't actually spin through low rouge. That was quite impressive. If he did have to stay at about 40 miles an hour or something. So. You see, he's actually scared stiff to touch the accelerator. So, yeah, well, I mean, he can't. As I said, though, he cannot catch this safety car because either he catches it and brings it in and he's on the wrong tyre, or it goes another lap. He's got to obviously make a decision at the end of this lap of whether he pits or not, and surely the correct thing is to pit, but.
Yeah, he really needs to get off that tyre. He can't be out there on that tyre.
No, he's going to lose so much time. It's literally, you'd be more than a pit stop behind the next car within 3 laps. Maybe even less than that, to be fair. Stays on it.
It's
So
preventing us from getting the race back underway, so I don't know what he's doing.
So perhaps he knows this. Perhaps it is supposed to dry up, but even if it is, it's clearly way, way too early.
At this rate, he won't catch the back of the field under the safety car. Like,
No.
I don't know what the thought process is here.
See, surely he's going to come in. Again, he can't slow it down enough for the chicane. He's going to stay out. He gets 3 seconds for that as well.
To be honest, I don't think he's coming to the pit lane from that point.
Yeah, he's past the pit lane. He'd have got done for like going in the wrong direction if he'd just gone back to the pit lane then. Well, this is on a postcard on this because I haven't got a clue what he's doing. And the thing is, I think he has to catch it this lap because I think it'd come in this lap, wouldn't it? I think this is the last lap.
No, I think no, because it could only have come in at the end of last. It could come in at this lap and then the next. There's like a 3-lap window where it can come in.
Right.
I think. Don't hold me to that. But I think that's the case.
Yeah, I've never been 100% sure on it, but I thought it could do the lap where you catch it doesn't count, and then the next 3 laps as Ray leaves. Oh, he's the guy that crashed, isn't he?
Because it can't. Yes, I think this is the second lap because they caught it on lap 8. Came out on lap 7. They caught it on lap 8, so therefore it can't come in that lap. This is, I think, lap 9 is. Oh no, sorry, no. I think this is the first lap it can come in.
Right.
7 might be close enough as well, you know.
There
And
it
when
is.
it is this lap, actually, you're right. I'm wrong.
It's yeah. Well, luck more than anything else because I didn't really know.
Take it.
Take anything, definitely. So, well, he's not going to catch the back, so they're going to be gone before he is it. And well, I reckon 2 laps and he's more than a pit stop behind the next guy. To be honest, I think it must be going to dry up though, because he's there. He's making a decision to stay out. He's obviously hoping more than knowing, but.
Well, yeah, I haven't got a clue. But either way, Blaze is going to put his foot down out of this final corner, get the race back underway. He's lost that advantage he had over the rest of the field, but he has a good restart, and actually I don't think anyone is going to be close enough to be trying to make any moves down into that first corner. Apart from maybe Cottage Ghosts, but he is going to throw a shape to the inside. Very late, though. Contact with Torpen. He hits Torpen out of the way, effectively, in his Alpine kart. And I don't know how happy the Norwegian will be about that. As Partick looks like he's trying to come through, but backs out of it because he was starting to get pinched. Clever already 4 seconds off the back. I do not know what his thought process is at all.
Torpen very nearly lost it in Eau Rouge then. Caught it just in time.
Oh! Contact with Jackster. But Hams kept it, actually. I'm surprised he's kept that in a straight line. Because I thought it was going to go around there. But yeah, he kind of had the door shut on him somewhat. But they stay 8th and 9th for now. Like 10 of 22.
Dan J is all over the back of Atom at the moment. So, here he goes, actually. He's making a move on the outside of... No, he backs out of it. Thank goodness. I don't know if there's something wrong with Atom. Has he lost an end player or something? Really struggling.
Something wrong with Clever. I'll tell you that much. I don't know what he's been thinking.
Yeah, there's something really wrong with Atom, by the way. He's actually just... His teammates just hit the back of him twice. Only little taps, but he's lost 2 places.
Oh, he's going to get forced wide by the Ferrari. Here comes Jam. He gets both of them. I mean, all that squabbling meant that Dan's got 2 seconds to catch to the car in front of him as well. Oh, the lift. Oh, massive moment. Massive moment. Oh! Crash? Is he out? I don't know. He's gone way, way wide. Jacob Brown losing it at the exit of Blanchemont. He's managed to keep it out of the barriers there, but he's then spun on re-entry to the track, which is ideal for him. As Clever has spun again, I just don't know what Clever's doing.
No. He's lost his wing, actually, again.
Oh, dear.
Okay, so Torpen's into the pits. So, well, Atom didn't pit. And I said I couldn't see any obvious signs of damage, but he was definitely struggling really badly. But he seems to be back at the pace now, and he's right on the back of his teammate again here.
The top guys have stayed as they have, as they were, though.
Yeah.
Not too much going on in the top 10. But it's,
pretty...
yeah.
Boardman's sort of fallen off a little bit. He's 2 seconds behind Beeford now. But, yeah, so he's got, like, Otto, Snipes, Jackstar, and Ham right at the back of him at the moment. He's Clever. He's had enough.
Well, it's self-inflicted, really, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
He had ample chance to get in the pit lane and go on an intermediate tyre. Goes against it. And, yeah, pays the price, really.
Exactly. Yeah, I don't really know what he was up to, but at the end of the day, if he had just come in for the instance, he'd have been right back in the race again. In these conditions, you never know what's going to happen. Snipes getting very close to it. Well, not so close to Bourbon. So I would say it's a DRS train, but of course, no DRS. So nice close racing for us in a way.
It is. I mean, we've passed half distance in this race already. That feels like it's gone relatively quickly when you consider we've had a safety car.
Yeah, do its maximum amount of laps as well. That's it feels like it's gone quick, which usually means it's a good race.
And it's But I mean, the field spread is still very, very close after a few laps. We've got maybe some moves, Snipes on the back of Otto, maybe, but he's not quite going for it here. But I mean, unless it dries up, I can't see where the moves are going to come from.
No,
to be completely honest.
This is the problem with wet races, isn't it? We're so reliant these days on DRS to help make overtakes happen. It's yeah. I mean, you know, they never used to have DRS, and He just had to do it under the old slipstream. But there's always been a Rainmaster in every generation, hasn't there? I can remember back in my younger days, Senna and then Schumacher, without a doubt, were both Rainmasters, and then Hamilton in more recent years. In fact, the greats always seem to be Rainmasters. I don't know why.
Who, sorry?
I don't know why, but the real greats of the sport seem to be Rainmasters all the time. As we do finally get moves, Snipes on Otto.
And Jax is coming from as well. I mean, Otto went wide. Oh no, massive crash. I don't know how neither of them have died. Her front wings are gone.
It's incredible that neither of them have retired, but I mean, it's the end of their race in a way. But well, Snipes don't mind, nor does Ham. But well, I guess Sam does mind actually, because one was a teammate. But yeah, Otto into the pits. Maybe a steward's inquiry on that one. It's Beeford. Pretty close to the back of Drazzy, and it's kind of singled him out now that Drazzy's fallen a little bit off of the back of Delta. Not by loads, but he has just dropped off a little bit. So he drops off a bit more, then Beeford will actually get the slipstream advantage on him. Honestly, I think with no DRS, I think the back straight, the one where we've just seen the crash, probably is the best chance of an overtake in these conditions. But
yeah, I think that's hard to argue, to be fair.
I don't know why? He just always seems to get a good slipstream up there for some reason. No idea why. But I just know these things work. I don't question how they work. Not dear how they work. Just they do.
Doesn't matter how they work. As long as you know that it happens, it's fine.
That's it.
So that's 13 and 22. Then ending that 13 and 22, Blade still comfortably in the lead. B-Ford has, Bourbon has really dropped back from B-Ford, who is looking close to the back of Drazzy. He is sniffing around for that podium. But it's looking good for Blade at the moment. Oh yeah, it's got to go for Gibson. They're going to go close together towards the bus stop. Is Gibson going to be able to try and come back at the Alpine driver? No is the answer. But B-Ford is again close to Drazzy here, who's lost a sec. I mean, it doesn't really matter because there's no DRS. But B-Ford here, really just, use the ERS. Use it. Because you're so close, you can force him into a mistake.
Yeah.
But he's lost a little bit through there. Don't use it now. Don't use it now. Oh, dearie me.
No, do it.
But he's still in P4. He's looking for that podium. It's looking good for Blaze to go back to the top of the driver's standings here. He only need if he wins this, and Bourbon finishes in well, who's got fastest lap? Because that isn't being beaten, is it? Blaze is fastest lap. So, of course, it won't be beaten because they're in the wet, so the times are all slower than what it was in the dry. So Blaze should take that point home for that. So if he wins the race, he will take the championship lead regardless of what Bourbon does. If Bourbon finishes second, it'll be a bit inside for Delta. Oh no, because I think Delta must have made a mistake somewhere because he was miles in front of Drazzy. And now they're side by side.
It was in the right-hander to the fast left, but they're still battling away. Drazzy, I think, is going to come out on top here.
He takes P2 off of Delta.
Yeah. And that gives Blades a really nice cushion now. 2.6 seconds pretty much.
Is Delta going to go for it here on Drazzy? Looks like he's trying to stay close. Might go for it towards the bus stop. I think's better of it. Has a little bit of a look. Then thinks he doesn't like what he's looking at. And turns off the tab. At 15 of 22 starts, now it's only 8 to go. Outside is where Delta will be forced, and Drazzy will continue to force him there on the exit. That'll give B-Ford a bit of a run, but not enough of a run. And these three are squabbling over the big points in this race. Blaze has run up run off up the road. There we go, got my words out. But as Jurassic picks up a 3-second, that's big. That is big.
Yeah.
B Ford is using the ERS, and it's a good time to be doing it. Delta's using it as well, but B Ford looks like he's arriving on the scene. Inside line's got to be careful, doesn't want to make a big mistake here, and doesn't. He pulls out of it. Knows that at the moment he's currently on to P3 and would rather pick up the points at the moment than make any large error. But it's looking good here, isn't it? 7.5 to go.
Is we've got Jam and Dan. Well, they were side by side then. They might be again. Dan's coming back at Jam. It's a long right-hander. Just about enough room does Jam. And they're going to come out into the left. And I think this time Dan's going to back out, but he may get a good exit on the way down to Puon. But no, I think that's it. Jam's going to have P8.
I mean, B4 knows that if he can stay within 3 seconds of Jurassic, he's got podium racked up, but he wants P2 at least. I mean, considering that it's only 3/10, or provisional P2 is 3/10 away from him, so he'll definitely be after that.
Definitely, absolutely. He can sniff, he can smell it. Blades is just saying thank you very much, because the more these guys battle, the bigger his lead gets as well. So
7 to go. As we see, I don't know who that is, frankly, but it's okay.
Tuxedo Mav. Who's that then?
I've never seen that in my life. Not a clue. Not the foggiest idea.
At least he dressed up, I suppose.
Yeah.
Sorry, I thought I had to explain my joke then.
B Ford. Oh, he's going for the inside line. He's forcing a way through. Is he going to be able to find it around the outside? In Lecombe's never going to work through there. Got to be careful if he picks up any warnings here. It's not going to work out in the end. But he's giving it a go. He's trying some different lines, and I've got to respect that. He is searching. Will he find the answer? We're going to find out eventually.
Yeah, he's trying everything really, isn't he? But still, the thing is, in these conditions, you can get away with using quite a lot of energy, can't you, and still replenish it. It's not like in the dry. In the dry, he'd be, well, either he'd just be getting the move done, or he'd be trying to force Delta into using that ERS. But even though he's been doing that, and yet Delta's still got 60%. It's yeah, especially when they're in free cars like this, it's extremely difficult for Buford to do anything really, because obviously Delta's getting the slipstream off of Drazzy. So Drazzy is gradually getting away a little bit.
It's not by too much. They're able to stay in the slipstream, so they're doing well. At the moment, 6 to go.
Yeah, just about seeing the background from them as well. The battle going on between Bourbon, Snipes and Ham as Atom and Cody Ghost are battling in the chicane. I think Atom has fended him off this time. We're side by side there for a moment.
Well.
Yeah, and Atom's sort of stuck in a group of drivers there that got penalties where he's penalty free, so as long as he keeps on doing what he's doing, he's going to end up in P9 in a way.
Yeah. Well, Codigo's looking for it. He's going to go around the outside of Atom into the Lecombe. This would be an amazing move if he could pull it off here. He's still got to wheel it. He tries to turn in. Luckily, there wasn't bigger contact there. But Atom keeps it and he stays in P10. Ghost's penalty won't be helping him. If he does get past it, he may still lose that points finish to Atom, with penalty free.
Yeah, all that's actually really done is allowed Gibson to get right on the back of him. That part where they were side by side, that's really hard to drive side by side there in the dry races. So in these conditions, it's very, very difficult. Yeah, it's not just Gibson either, is it? There's a whole... It's a two Haas as well. One of them having a look at Gibson now. It's taken away from our battle at the top a little bit because it's
It is, yeah.
interesting, quite a lot going on.
Nice,
Another-
there's lots going on though. Gives us something to talk about.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah,
Just when they come out onto a straight, everybody seems to sort of just fall back a little bit. Get nice and close in the corners and then fall back in the straights. It's just stopping the overtakes. Haas not really ever alongside there.
right, well, I mean, there's only 5 to go in this race, so it's only a 5 lap to the end. And we have got the top, well, second, third, and fourth very, very close together. There's only about 4 tenths in it between these guys as they got to the end of the Camel's Straight.
Just taking a look, you know, I think it stopped raining.
Oh! Yes, I think you're right. I think it has stopped raining. Well, that's going to be interesting. Is it going to dry enough?
If this, on this track, if it dries up with only 2 laps to go, you've got to pit. It's too long, and the pit stop itself is really, really short.
Oh, it's going to be interesting.
I think it's going to dry. You know, it's looking well. There's a bit of water on Borman's car. On his
Well, there's going to be
camera.
4 to go when they come to the line, and if it stopped raining already, there's already a dry line forming.
Oh! Yeah, I'd say he saved that actually very, very well. He lost the position to Beeford, but that could have been a lot worse. Yeah, 4 to go over the line, as you say, and it's nowhere near yet. But you know what this track's like. You get halfway round and it's bone dry. So
It's very evident there's a dry line forming when you watch the onboards. I mean, you can see the 2 tracks where the tyres have been.
yeah,
Oh, it's going to be interesting. Are you going to make up 9 seconds though? A lap if it
Yeah,
dries
it's-
up like now, and are you going to make up 6 seconds a lap? Very possibly. But if it dries up with 2 to go, are you going to make up 9 seconds a lap? That's the question. And also, even if you're one of the only ones to pit, you're going to have traffic coming through.
yeah. So you got to get past people as well, and it's safely as well. But it's a good point. 9 seconds, obviously, it is a long lap, but you're talking to make that up. You need it pretty much bone dry, don't you? Not sort of still drying, so that the interest can work. But certainly, as it dries like this, though, they're going to need to start just coming off the racing line slightly to try and cool the tyres down a bit. I'm trying to remember back to what lap they actually pitted to these inters, because they must be pretty worn.
Yeah, they must be. I mean, look at them, 14 laps on them.
Really
Yeah,
difficult
you can see
on
there's
this
a lot
year's
of
game.
blistering on them. If you go on an onboard, you can really see blistering on the inside of the tyre. As Torpen retires, but I think it's too late for a safety car.
Yeah,
The
it
game
is.
hasn't thrown one.
Oh,
Oh, inside line for Snipes on Bourne.
you just about slowed
Can't
that
make
down
a
in
mistake.
time.
But he's got the exit. Got a bit of an undercut.
He's gonna have another go into
Can't
turn
find the
1. Right, so he's gonna switch back maybe. Let's try it. Should get a better exit doing that. No, Borgen seems to really get on the power a bit better. He's got quite a bit more energy actually, Borgen. So, well, we're about to find out because Partik's in.
Sorry, Ham has had a massive moment up O'Rood, and I don't know how he held it together, but he has.
He's right at the back of these two as well. two
I feel
drivers
like
in.
Beeford's been the paciest guy all day here because, I mean, he's really pushing Draghi, who has been gaining a bit to Blade the last few laps. Because we've got yellows for Otto. I mean, Partick and Gibson have come into pit lane.
Just
So we're
mentioned
going
it
to
was
have to
Jacob
see...
Brown, not Otto. Jacob Brown has
Oh,
been round at
my
Eau Rouge.
apologies.
It's going to be
But
interesting.
yeah,
I think it's the two guys that have pitted to the soft, so far back, they're probably not a great gauge.
and Gibson
I think
spun.
Gibson spun it as well. Yeah, he has. I think he's lost his front wing as well. Yeah, no front wing left on that car. So
Here comes Beeford, straight past Grazi. There we go. Flies past him, and now he'll try and set off to beat Blade. And he can't take him with 2 laps to go, can he?
surely not. I mean, but
He's looking very pacey. I mean, look at that.
it's on these changing conditions, and he, for whatever reason, is really fast.
I'll be honest, I do quite like these conditions as well. I find myself, when it's like that crossover period, that is where I excel.
I have to admit, funny enough, that that's something I like as well. It's again, I've no idea why. just do. But just keeping an eye on the soft runners, and they're just not gaining the time at the moment. They're gaining slightly. Oh, Codded on the pits.
That's in the pit lane. I mean, it's not great for his season 3.5 championship ambitions. Of course, I've said I'd still be calling Beeford reigning champion when we get to season 4 because I think it's too short of a season to pull someone of a defending champion from. But it is a bit of fun, and it's great. I mean, it just gives us a few more races on this game. We've had so many, and it's all nice to see so many people who were so close still wanted to turn up and race.
Yeah, absolutely. Sorry, I just watched Partick through turn 1, and he couldn't. He could barely stop the car. So he's gained a load of time to Jacob Brown, but that's because Jacob Brown had a bit of a spin or a moment or something in the chicane. So that's why he's gained a load of time. But no, those tyres are not working.
Now, I don't mean to get your hopes up, but Beeford has gained in the last lap 1.4 seconds. The gap is now 1.1. It's very much on him.
Yeah, it's almost within the 1 second. What are they? They've just gone into turn 1, so... Oh, what's that? Oh, it's Atom, is it? I think it is. It's Atom. He's had a moment at the entry to the chicane. He's going to come into the pit, so maybe a retirement coming up, but...
And Blade
his
has
tyre's blown up.
No.
Oh wow, Atom's tyre is blown up, his front left. Ah, wow.
Will we see more punctures then?
Now, that could explain why Beeford is catching so fast. Because Beeford may have looked after his tyres a lot better. I don't know how, because he's been in the dirty air all the way round, but...
This is the thing, if Beeford overtakes Blades here, Blades will be on 63 points. Oh no, 64. He didn't. No, sorry. He'll be on 63. Bourbon will be on 61, and Beeford will be on 48. So he'll be a little bit further back, but they'll be the top 3. But he's got to have a nice line through these next 2 right-handers if he's going to take the victory here. He's got more ERS at his disposal, but is it enough? On the exit here, and he's a very good exit. Oh, it's a snap. He nearly threw it away. Draghi has. Oh no, Draghi's going to puncture front right. Will either of the top 2 have a tyre failure? They've got so little left, but it's still possible. In the final corner, those rears are looking ropey on Blades' car. I think he's just about to make the line, but Beeford's going to push him all of the way home. Blades deserves it. Can Beeford get it? No, he can't. Blades takes the win in the end. Draghi slipping back right at the end. It'll be Delta taking home P3. And Snipes could be P4, but Jam is right behind him. As the tyres are completely dead on everybody's car. Ham in
Oh,
7th,
Jazzy.
Jazzy
Has he crossed
hasn't
the
quite
line?
made
No.
the
Oh, he's just
line
crossed
yet.
the line.
No, he's going to reverse. Can he even get a point? Yes, he can. Bourbon takes 7th, Tadpole takes 8th, Jazzy takes 9th, Dan takes 10th, and Jackson takes 11th in all of that. Atom is on a soft tyre. Deary me.
Well, they already had a lot of wear on the tyres, and then, of course, they started to overheat as it started drying up as well, so... Yeah, that was exciting. That was cool.
Goodness me.
So Atom's just come across in P12. Otto's just making his way, for whatever reason, on hard tyres. I don't know why.
Partick. There's contact with Partick. Otto's going to make the line. Jacob's going to make the line. Partick will then make the line. And then we're still going to wait for Gibson to finish.
Partick actually jumps up ahead of Jacob Brown as well. And he's going to come across. Of course, it's not gotten dry enough for anybody to nick the fastest lap though either. It's still raindrops on Gibson's camera on board. Oh, what a race. Had everything. Overtakes, safety cars, crashes, tyres blowing up. What could you ask for? It's better than watching Monaco in real life, anyway, isn't it? They celebrate on the podium. Alpha Tauri. It's not for that anyway. So, to confirm then, there it is. Blades wins with fastest lap as well, 147.1. Beeford though, superb P2, almost nicking away. I think another lap he'd have probably got it. But from 9th on the grid to take P2, fantastic result. Delta fills out the podium in P3. Snipes from 11th on the grid to 4th. Jam and Ham end up finishing the race together as well. 5th and 6th. Bourbon 7th. Tadpoler 8th. Drazzy 9th. Dan J 10th. I'll just scroll through the rest so you can see them.
Sorry, I realised I muted my mic to blow my nose, and then I realised that I'd unmuted myself on the stream, but I hadn't unmuted myself to you.
Right.
So I did. So I
Have
did.
I just been
went
talking
through
over
the
you
order.
then or something? Sorry if I've done that.
You didn't, because I realised that. Oh no, that's my problem. But that was my bad. I'm sorry. That's why I didn't say anything, because I was saying something, but you didn't hear it. We'll go on to there, so that we can get the podium sitters into the into the party. Blades is invited. I can invite B Ford, and we're getting to get Delta in as well. ROM B Ford, I have him on my friends list. Invite him to the party. Wonderful stuff. Blades is in. Lovely. Get the music off so we don't get copyrighted. And then we'll wait for the other two to join us. I've had a ping. If I did. Intentional. No, I'm trying to look for Delta. Try and get Delta in.
He's still in lobby.
There we go. Yeah, he is. I've sent him an invite now. As he's joined, and then we'll get B Ford in as well. Oh, okay. Okay, for more. It is joinable. So if he joins off you, it should be fine. There we go. Perfect. Wonderful stuff. Um, do you want to take these interviews, Craig? You know.
No, no, no. You go ahead. You go on.
Okay,
I'll,
wonderful. All right then. P3 man, it will be Delta. Good evening, sir. Congratulations on the podium. And yeah, I mean, you picked up on that final lap because Drazzy picked up that puncture. I know you were still close to him. I don't know how close it was with the penalty, but I mean, are you pleased with that result in the end, P3 after a difficult race?
Yeah, I'm very pleased. It was quite an eventful one. We were in P2 for most of the race, had good pace, but my tyres just seemed to fall off a lot quicker than everyone else's because I was actually on 90% at the end and I managed to not get a puncture, so that's good.
91.
Yeah,
Oh my word. Yeah, that is lucky. But
very
yeah, I mean,
lucky.
yeah, I mean,
skill.
gosh, yeah, he must have been hanging on at the end. You could practically, I mean, you'll see it if you see back on the screen, the rear tires on everyone's cars, you could pretty much see holes in the tires between the sidewall and the actual contact surface. So, I mean, yeah, they looked absolutely dead. I'm surprised if you were on 91 that no one else, like, not
I'm
many people got punctures there. But,
I'm
sorry, what were you
uh
saying?
I'm pretty sure I was on the highest because I was in a party with some of the people that were racing and they were getting punctures at like the 75% range. So I was
Oh
I
my
was
word.
I was dredging for dear life there.
But I mean, congratulations again on P3. It's a really, 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 really good result after
Thank you.
such a difficult race that was such nip and tuck. And yeah, good luck for the next couple of races. And yeah, we hope to speak. I hope I can speak to you soon again on the podium.
Thank you.
All right, then we'll move on to P2, man, Mr. B Ford. I mean, one more lap, and I think you may have been able to do it. But again, I said this to Hilly at the start. You qualify okay. You come through in the race. If the race was one lap longer, you probably would have taken another win. But as it is, P2, I mean, your consistency is incredible, isn't it? Well, yeah, but I mean, overall. Yeah, yeah, but well done again, P2. Good result. And yeah, I said it on. You'll still be the defending champion season four, whatever happens. So congratulations. And yeah, speak to you soon. And then we on to Blades, winner. Of course, took the lead very early on and never relinquished it. I mean, it was close at the end, but dominant, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a bit scary at the end, but yeah, I did everything I could. Obviously, I had what happened last season fresh in my mind a lot of the end of that race because yeah, but I got my redemption, so yeah, I'm pretty happy. No complaints for me.
Yeah, and I mean, again, congratulations. I mean, championship leader again. Are you looking forward to the final two races?
Yeah, I do like a good bit of Abu Dhabi. Brazil is not as strong as Abu Dhabi for me, but it's still not a terrible track for me either. So yeah, I'll be giving it my all, like I did last season, like I always do. So yeah,
Well, congratulations. And yeah, we will speak to you next week, probably knowing you. So congratulations. And yeah, you're going to the next next race championship leader.
Thank you very
But
much.
we'll leave it there for everybody. Thank you everyone to watching. Thank you, Hilly, for joining me for the commentary. You've kept me sane for the last hour and 20 minutes or so.
No worries. Thanks for having me, man.
No, absolutely fine. And yes, we'll be back next week for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, and we will speak to you when that comes around. Between now, we hope you enjoy your week, and we'll see you when GRL returns in the Middle East. Right, done. We're off. Wonderful stuff. Thank you very much.
I may have got to include